What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I'll go my AEW Dynamite review on highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications to get notified when I premiere a brand new video, or go live on YouTube at Sunday at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Don't forget to follow my social media, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description, and let's get started. Now, AEW Dynamite was a good show, and that's all I gotta say. I just enjoyed AEW tonight. It says, Pyro kicks us off before the AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy makes his way to the ring for our opening contest. Out next is Swerve Strickland with the Mogul Ambassador welcoming him to the one stage before Prince Nada accompanies Swerve to the ring. The bell rings and this AEW International Championship match is underway. So we get the AEW International Championship match. Swerve Strickland versus AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy. This was a good match. We start off a little slow here before the champ gets his hands in his pocket, leading to a fury of offense on the challenger. But Swerve lands on his feet quickly, putting this to an end. Swerve avoids another attack from the champ, who ends up having to take a breather on the ropes as Swerve taunts him. The challenger goes to work on Orange Cassidy, getting a set of near falls as he goes, until the champ gets the ropes to escape, but Swerve pulls him away just before he can grab the rope. Swerve is focused on the injured hand of the champion, but Orange Cassidy turns things around with a modified Strax hold as he goes after the hand of Strickland in a retaliation. Orange Cassidy goes for the running DDT, but Swerve avoids it, leaving to the outside before taunting the champion. Orange Cassidy heads out of the ring, but this becomes an issue for him as Swerve goes right back to work on the injured hand before bringing the champ back into the ring. Swerve still in control as he takes Orange Cassidy to the corner with a hammer throw before putting the champ on his shoulders. But Orange Cassidy brings both men over the top rope, where he remains on the shoulder of the challenger. Orange Cassidy finally drops off, rushing back in the ring, where he intercepts by Strickland, who sends the champion over and onto the apron. The two go at it on the apron, a battle that climbs up the top turnbuckle and ends with both men falling to the floor as we go to picture in picture. We're back from picture in picture. The battle continues on the outside as both men get back to their feet, going at it ringside until Prince Nada gets involved. This gives an advantage to Strickland as he goes back on the attack. Goes back on the attack. Yeah, where is it? It says go. It says continues to both men get back to their feet, going at it at ringside until Prisoner gets involved. This gives the advantage to Strictly as he goes on the attack. That's where I was at. But let me continue. Bringing the champ back into the ring for a near fall. Swerve goes back to work on Orange Cassidy, now locking in a nerve pinch until the champ fights out of it as we come back to the break. Comes back from the break. Both men are back on their feet, trading blows until the champion gets Swerve with a kick, but can't lift Strickland up for the breach break. Strickland goes back after the champ, who takes him down with a stun dog millionaire. Swerve is back to his feet as Orange Cassidy goes back after him, and both men end up down on the canvas as a result. They slowly get back to their feet and Swerve hits a series of body shots that is met with a lack offense of the champ who goes for a backslide and but Swerve kicks out. Following this, Orange Cassidy hits a DDT on Swerve, but only gets a near fall for this effort. Orange Cassidy climbs to the top turnbuckle as Swerve heads to the apron, intercepting the champ at the top before sending him down on the apron with a Death Valley driver. Strickland on the turnbuckle now, but Orange Cassidy scouts away to avoid the double stomp attempt by Swerve before the pair are on the apron, trading strikes again. Orange Cassidy catches the challenger by surprise with a DDT off the apron to the floor before sending him back into the ring, where he climbed up for a diving DDT for a near fall. Orange Cassidy sets up for an orange punch, only to reverse a powerbomb from Strickland into a hurricanrana for a near fall. Prince Nana climbed up on the apron to talk down the champ, only for Strickland to collide with him. Instead, the champ catches Swerve with an orange punch, followed by a beach break, but still only gets a near fall as the challenger kicks out. Swerve rolls out to the floor, where Orange Cassidy looks to hit a dive, but is intercepted with a brainbuster by Strickland instead. Swerve sends the champ back in the ring before looking for a house call, but the champ gets a perfect pin for a near fall. Swerve with a house call that connects this time, followed by a double foot stomp. But even holding the jeans isn't enough for the win as the champ kicks out. Swerve looks for the JML driver, but Orange Cassidy rolls out of it, leading to a pair of near fall attempts that ends with the champ getting one over on Swerve, getting the pin and the win in the process after holding the tights. The winner and still your AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy. This was a good match to kick off the show. The Mogul Ambassador comes out to go after the champ, only for the light to cut out, and when they came back on, it's Sting and Darby Allin standing tall as the ambassador have regrouped on the ramp. Okay, so we get a video package. Hype for Jay White talking on Ricky Starks in our main event tonight. Back at ringside, Brian Dennison makes his way to commentary station just days after issuing a challenge to Kazuchika Okada from New Japan, a challenge that the Rainmaker has accepted and New Japan has made official for Forbidden Door. We have Brian Dennison at the table ahead of his big trio match up next. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, the team of best friends and Rocky Romero, known as Chaos, make their way to the ring for our next contest, followed by the Blackpool Combat Club trio of Wheeler, Yuta, Masi, and Claudio Cascano as they head through the crowd towards the ringside area, only for Chaos to intercept them as this match gets underway. So we get Blackpool Combat Club, Wheeler Yuta, John Moxley, and Ring of Honor World Champion Claudio Cascano versus Chaos, Ricky Romero, Trent Beretta, and Chuck Taylor. And this tag team match right here, this was this was pretty good for what it was, and that's all I gotta say. Trent takes Yuta into the ring with a superplex from the top turnbuckle as the bell rings, and Taylor takes advantage with a power driver for a near fall. As Claudio comes in to break it up. Tag mate to Claudio now as the champ wears down Chuck Taylor before tagging in John Moxley. John Moxley and Chuck Taylor go at it as we see Trent going after Yuta on the outside. And Blackpool Combat Club is clear out of the ring before Trent, Chuck, and Rick and Rocky gives the people what they want. John Moxley rushes back into the ring as Chuck Taylor goes after him, only to get tripped up by Yuta, allowing John Moxley to get an opening. Tag to Claudio Cascano, followed by a quick tag to Yuta, and the pair double team on Chuck Taylor before Yuta gets a near fall as we go to picture in picture. Back from picture in picture, Blackpool Combat Club are firmly in control here as tag are made a little frequently for the stake of keeping Chuck Taylor away from making a tag. Chuck Taylor tries to fight back, but is overwhelmed by Claudio Castagnoli coming in, who locks in a tight chinlock on Chuck Taylor until Chuck Taylor gets back to his feet, only to be brought back down to the camera's ass. Cameras as Yuta tags in, keeping on top of Chuck Taylor as we come back from break. Yuta his German suplex on Chuck Taylor, who responds with a knee strike on Yuta before making the tattoo Trent. Um, John Moxley tags in, but it's caught with some hard punches and a back suplex by Trent, who really lays the offense on against offense on trick against the former world champion. John Moxley responds with a chop of his own, but Ricky gets the tag, unleashing a fear of offense on the Blackpool Combat Club until John Moxley catches him with a toe kick to the sternum. Trent and Rocky catch Trent and Rocky catch John Moxley with some double team maneuvers as Rocky gets a near fall, looking to keep on it as Rocky tags in Trent, only for the Oz Yukar to get dropped by Yuta as John Moxley looks for the Gotch style power driver. Taylor and Trent hit a double team on Moxley, but Claudio breaks up the pin. Rocky's back, and he tags in, looking for a slice spread on John Moxley, only to avoid an attack by John Moxley to lock in an armbar. Claudio Castagnoli catches Trent on the outside as John Moxley reverses the armbar into a bulldog choke on Rocky, and Yuta gets hammered with elbow strike on Taylor, forcing Rocky to submit. The winner of the match, Blackpool Combat Club. This was a pretty good tag team match. Blackpool Combat Club celebrate in the ring, but are interrupted by Heyman Page and the Young Bucks, who make a challenge to the trio in the ring for next week. Brian Danielson accepts the challenge on their behalf, promising that things will become to an end of the trio next week in Washington, D.C. Okay, so we go to commercial break. Video package Forbidden Door sees the IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion on the line as Kenny Omega defends against the number one contender with Ospreay. Okay, back at ringside, MJF makes his way to the ring where he immediately calls for his music to be cut before he starts to run down the crowd in Colorado Springs, as well as his contract contractual contractual obligation to show up tonight before restating his claim of being bored with the lack of, competition after retaining at Double or Nothing. MJF claims nobody is on the level of the Devil, and Amico music hits as the man heads down the ramp towards the ring. Adam Cole gets into the ring, but MJF calls for the entrance to be cut short, drawing jeers from the crowd. MJF says he is excited to see Adam Cole as there is finally some competition and claims to be a fan of Adam Cole. When CM Punk when CM Punk up and left him as a kid, he thought his fandom of wrestling was over until he turned to Ring of Honor, and he thought Ring of Honor sucked full of people that had no business being on his TV until he saw Adam Cole. He watched as much of Adam Cole as he could see him go to CZW and every top independent and became the hottest free agent, and then go to the Florida where he shot the system. He became the greatest world champion of that company, and that face is undisputed era. MJF followed suit, going to see CZW and Top Independence before signing with AEW, hoping that someday Adam Cole will come to the company, and they have a feud of generational talents. But then this guy shows up. MJF starts running Adam Cole down here, saying he used to be in Panama Playboy, but now he's the Panama Game Boy. The champ runs down Adam Cole hobby as a Twitch streamer by Twitch streamer saying Britt has Adam Cole bombs firmly in her purse before running down Adam Cole's freckles physical physic and the fans into insisting that Adam Cole is just not being showcased properly. MJF the big himself, MJF then bigs himself up, talking about it says it says MJF then it says MJF then brings himself up talking about the matches he has as of late, saying he's beaten everyone that people thought were on his level, asking what makes Adam Cole think he got what it takes. MJF's also heard a nasty rumor that a certain individual in Titan Towers doesn't see Adam Cole as main event talent, and the champ used to disagree until he got a look of him. Adam Cole gets a mic from ringside asking MJF if that's the best he has. Adam Cole asks MJF what is his obsession what his obsession is with other people's relationships before saying MJF is world class, as in a world class douchebag. Adam Cole says MJF bring up his body because of his body of work, including the world championship regains he had, and says MJF can't touch him. But if MJF really wants to go down the route of body comparison, the two can go backstage, piss in a couple of cups, and sees who's naturally and who isn't. Adam Cole press on, saying there isn't a single person in the back who respects MJF. They think the champ is selfish, lazy, and does the bare momentum as a person, as a champion. The crowd chants no respect at the champ, who resorts, saying that was a lot of tough talk coming from Keith Lee's manager, who, Adam Cole says there is creating a false narrative to hide from the fact he won't back his talk up with a fight. Adam Cole says MJF won't fight him because Adam Cole is better than the champ, and the people know it. Adam Cole starts to run away, but the champ tells Adam Cole he'll wrestle him any day of the week. Adam Cole says that we have ourselves a match and celebrate with an Adam Cole baby before leaving the ring, heading up the ramp as MJF expressed further frustration with what just happened. That was a good segment right there. I enjoyed the segment by MJF and Adam Cole. Backstage, we hear from the Hardys brothers and Ethan Page, as all Ego is asked to apologize to to Zaya for his actions before Matt hypes up Ethan as a great talent that shouldn't be wasted. Back at ringside, Hook and Jack Perry make their way to the ring, but are intercepted by LFI, who attack them on the ramp, sending them to the ring as this match gets underway. So we get a Texas Tornado tag team match. Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, and Hook versus the Lost Falcon and Joel Noble, Delisco, and and pre and Preston Vince. This match right here, this was a this was a solid tag team match, right? This was solid. The match gets chaotic from the jump. Dralisco going after Jack Perry inside the ring with a cable as Hook and Vince go at it on the outside. The fight there goes to the crowd with Hook getting the upper hand as back in the ring. Jack Perry turns things around and Stylistical before we go to picture in picture. Back from picture in picture, the fight on the outside swings back and forth between Vince and Hook as the action in the ring follows sweet until Jack Perry is able to score a near fall on Stylistical. Vince and Hook are slowly making their way back down towards the ringside as Stylistical catches Jack Perry with a forearm that sends him to the ropes as we come back. Jalisco connects with a double foot stomp on Jack Perry as Vince is sent over the barricade by Hook, who chain has the chain from early on in his hand, and that fight heads over to a pair of tables set up at ringside, but Jack Perry hits a dive on Vince to stop things in their tracks, only for Jungle Boy to get hit by Jalisco with a dive as well. Vince and Jalisco go after Hook now, but the FTW champion catches Jalisco with a Northern Light suplex on the floor. Hook sends him back in the ring, but is rattled with a lariat by Vince, who grabs the chain and starts using it on Hook on the ropes until Jack Perry hits him with a still hair of the head, still chair, still chair on to the head, followed by a T-bone suplex by a Hook through the table on the outside. Meanwhile, Jack Perry drops Jalisco with a interrupted, but it's interrupted by Joe's the assistant, who gets locked into a random as Jack Perry locks Jalisco in the snap trap, forcing him to tap out for the win. The winner of the match, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, and Hook. Okay, let's move on. That was his solid tag team match. Backstage, Tony Khan is standing by for a big announcement regarding the first main event of AEW is Collision at Trios match on June 17th at the United Center that sees Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Samoa Joe takes on FTR and CM Punk. Back at ringside, Takeshita heads to the ring with Don Callis as he looks to take on Damian Ace already in the ring. So we'll get Kanushka Takeshita versus Diamond Ace. This match right here, this match was squash. Kanusuke Takeshita showcased his skills against the local talent as on the screen we see footage of Don Callis stabbing Kenny Omega in the back replay in the ring as a fairly quick match as Kanusuke Takeshita's new aggression and attitude leads him to a victory over Diamond Ace. The winner of the match, Kanusuke Takeshita. This was a squash match. After the match, Don Callis starts to talk as the crowd boos over him, giving time for Kanushka Takeshita to run down Kenny Omega and Japanese before Don Callis tries again. Barely audible over the crowd booing, but insisting that everything Kenny Omega has ever achieved is because of him, and he and his family are going to cut the league out of this company forever. Okay. So we'll go to commercial break. Backstage we see Christian Cage addressing what happened at Double or Nothing as we hear someone yelling inside Cage locker room. Christian Cage promised to pay our back for this before saying Brock just gave him an early Father's Day present, and we go inside the locker room where R. Anderson was being done by Luchasaurus. Back at ringside, Anna Jay makes her way to the ring for this TBS Championship match. Out next is the new champion, Chris Statlander, and this match gets underway. So we get the TBS Championship Open Challenge match. Anna Jay versus TBS champion Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander. And this match right here was it was okay for what it was. The two lock up when the champion gets a side headlock takeover on Anna Jay, who reverses into a head scissors, only for the champ to get right back into it. The two continue to trade holds here until the champ gets a near fall. Chris Statlander drops Anna Jay to the canvas, but Anna Jay fights back with a side headlock, only to get dropped to the canvas. Only yeah, it says I found it right here. It says Anna. It says something about Anna J getting dropped. Hold on, let me find it. Let me find it. I found it. It says Anna J. It says something about Anna J. Hold on, let me find it. It says it right here. It says the two lock up with the champion getting a side headlock takeover on Anna Jay, who reverses into a head scissors only for the champ gets right back into it. The two continue to trade holds here until the champ gets a near fall. Chris Daniel drops Anna Jay to the canvas, but Anna Jay fights back with a side headlock only to get dropped to the canvas with a back suplex by the champion. Chris Statlander hits the ropes, but Anna Jay escapes the ring for a breather as Chris Statlander gives chase. That's the part I was at. Anyway, let me continue. Anna Jay continues to run away until Daddy Magic intercepts the champ, but a sneak attack by Anna Jay gets intercepted, sending her back into the ring, where Chris Statlander hits a big kick for a near fall. Chris Statlander continues to go on the attack, but Anna Jay counters, dropping the champ face first onto the turnbuckle as we go to picture in picture. We're back from picture in picture. Anna Jay is firmly in control now, diving a boot into the throat of the champion in the corner before laying in some forearms and sending Chris Statlander into the opposite corner. Anna Jay eventually gets the champ on the ropes, but Chris Statlander is fighting back with some forearms until she gets rocked with a forearm that gives Anna Jay a near fall. Anna Jay rocks the champ with some more offense before getting another near fall, eventually hitting a delayed neckbreaker on Chris Statlander before the champ fights back once again as we come back. Chris Statlander goes back on the attack now. Dropping Anna Jay with a power slam for a near fall. As we see Taya watching on backstage, Chris Statlander climbed the turnbuckle, but is distracted by Daddy Magic, giving Anna Jay a chance to drop the champ face first onto the canvas for a near fall. Anna Jay goes back on the attack, but is sent to the corner by the champ, who hits a big disgust lariat. Daddy Magic tries to get involved, but again, Daddy Magic tries to get involved again, but it's dropped by Chris Statlander, who gets locked into a Queen Slam by Anna Jay. But the champ powers herself up to her feet, sending Anna Jay down with a snapmare. Chris Statlander follows with a lariat into a backbreaker and a tombstone piledriver for the pin and the win to retain. The winner of the match is still your TBS champion, Chris Statlander. Taya looks frustrated backstage as Chris Statlander celebrates in the ring. Video package, plenty of hype for Rampage this Friday. Backstage, Tony Storm addressed that match on Friday, promising to be whoever gets that title shot. Come Dynamite next Wednesday. After this, we get some more hype for the next week, including a big 8-man tag match before going to commercial. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Ricky Starks makes his way to the ring for our main event of the evening. Out next is Jay White, who is intercepted by Ricky Starks on the ramp, beating him up before bringing him into the match. So this match gets on the way. So we get FTR and Juice Robinson are banned from ringside. Ricky Starks versus Jay White, and this main event right here, this was yeah, this was a um this was a good main event right here. This was good, and that's all I gotta say. Ricky Starks continues to beat down on Jay White, which goes to the outside pretty quickly as Ricky Starks continues the attack before we end up back in the ring. Ricky Starks leaves the ring looking under the ring as we see Jay White escaping the ring as well. And as Ricky Starks moves to ring steps, we see Jay White heading up the ramp. Ricky Starks following him up there, and the two go at it until JY avoids getting thrown off the stage. The fight finally comes back to the ringside area, with Ricky Starks keeping Jay White from getting back into the ring until a switchblade drops him on the apron. Jay White turns his attention to the steps, setting them back in place before Ricky Starks turns things around just as we go to picture in picture. Back from picture in picture, Ricky Starks continues his search under the ring, finally setting on a steel chair that is immediately taken away by the referee, giving Jay White an opening to strike as he takes Ricky Starks off the apron. Jay White follows Ricky Starks out of the ring, bringing Ricky Starks back in before going back on the attack. Things spill back out of the ring now as Jay White lays into Ricky Starks with a chop on the barricade before breaking the count, making a pattern of this until Ricky starts fighting back. Switchblade won't let him get one over that easy. However, attacking him on the corner, we come back from the break. Jay White Jay White taunts Ricky Starks before hitting another chop, sending him to the other corner to keep on the attack. Jay White seems to enjoy the beatdown as he continues, but is met with some punches by Ricky Starks to turn things around, only for Jay White to stop a spinning DDT. Ricky starts this up on the top turnbuckle, wobbly as Jay White looks for a superplex, and it connects, sending both men down hard to the canvas. Jay White with a cover, but only gets a near fall. Jay White looks for the Blade Runner, but Ricky Starks fights back, only to be sent into the corner by Jay White, who takes a big lariat from a running start. Instead, Ricky starts with the elbow in the corner on the follow up and gets a near fall off the back of a spinning DDT. Ricky starts going for another cover on Jay White, but only gets a near fall on that, as well as Ricky Starks gets back to his feet. Ricky starts looking for the Reshambo, but Jay White reverses it into a higher range on Ricky Starks for a near fall. The two end up on their feet now, trading blows until Jay White catches Ricky Starks with a kick to the knee. But Ricky Starks counters out of a Blade Runner, only for Jay White to stop a spear. It reverses out of another Blade Runner attempt before hitting a spear and hits the Rochambeau on Jay White, but the ref gets smacked, falling to the canvas. With the referee down, the Guns rushes down to the ring and hits 310 to Yuma on Ricky Starks before escaping through the crowd. Jerry brings Ricky Starks back to his feet as the ref starts recovering, and Jay White gets the pin and the win. As results, the winner of the match, Jay White. This was a good main event. Juice Robinson comes down to the ring to celebrate Jay White's win with him, taunting Ricky Starks before rising Jay White's arm in a victory as the show comes to a close. Yeah, I'm almost done. Yeah, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Um, AEW Dynamite was a good show, and that's all I gotta say. If you guys enjoy my AEW Dynamite review and highlights, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below on what are your thoughts on AEW Dynamite because it was a good show. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications to get notified when I premiere a brand new video, or go live on YouTube at 4 o'clock Eastern Time every Sunday. Follow my social media, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. If I don't have nothing to do tomorrow, I'll go live on YouTube. This your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.